好久不见，我终于中出江湖了。
Zi Char or Du Chao is one of Singapore's favorite way of eating where local dishes are prepared to order and eaten communally. So, what is Zi Char then? Zi Char is derived from the Hokkien word for cooking, 煮, and frying, 炒. It is a uniquely Singaporean dining term that has come to refer to all sorts of dishes that are cooked to order. One characteristic of Zi Char is that Zi Char is based on Chinese cooking with plenty of Malay, Indian, and Peranakan influences. Generally speaking, Zi Char way of cooking is not a Singaporean creation. Any country with a vibrant hawker scene have such the Zi Char way of cooking. Just like in Singapore, in Malaysia, it is also termed as Zi Char or Zhu Chao. In the northern Chinese-speaking region, you may come across the term Re Chao, which is largely the same. In Thailand, all restaurants that you can go into and order your food, you can also loosely term it as Zi Char. I think you probably get the drift. This video attempt to give you a lowdown of the local Singaporean Zi Char scene. Typically in Singapore, Zi Char tend to be more elaborate and expensive than hawker fare. But it is cheaper and lacking the polished presentation of upscale Chinese restaurants. So sit tight and enjoy the journey. I would like to start off my Zi Char series with a Zi Char restaurant which made it to one of the 81st establishment mentioned in the Singapore Michelin Bit Gourmet listing. This Zi Char restaurant is called Kok Sen Restaurant. It is a heritage Chinese Cantonese restaurant located at Keong Street, Chinatown. Given its Michelin status, it is no wonder that the restaurant continued to enjoy fanfare and a long queue. Kok Sen Restaurant has moved a couple of units to this current one. It is better renovated, it is brighter, more colorful, air-conditioned dining environment as compared to last time. As an old-timer myself, I miss the more rustic, stuffy, hot, gloomy dining atmosphere that is typical of all old-timer restaurants. Reservation in Kok Sen isn't easy as there is limited availability for reservation seats. I am there at the restaurant at 5:30 p.m. on a Sunday evening. With a group of 10 of us walk in and we have to wait for close to 30 minutes. Well, I'm so glad that I came in with an entourage of 10 hungry boys, so we are able to order more food. There are 9 dishes that we ordered all together. Some of these are the signature dish in Kok Sen Restaurant. Dishes like the big prawn hor fun, that is light charred fried rice noodle swimming in a deliciously starchy wok hei gravy. There is this also the signature yong tau foo, which comes sizzling hot with thick gooey sauce in a clay pot. For the yong tau foo, I like the prawn fish meat paste that is plastered onto the ingredients. Yong tau foo isn't a common menu item for Zi Char, by the way. I somehow like more of their sambal dishes. They are the sambal kangkong and the sambal fish that we ordered. The smell and the taste of sambal turns out to be a good balance of the pungent taste of the sambal, the spiciness of the chili, and its rich flavors. While dishes are generally appetizing, some of us noted that the food tends to be on the saltier side. Personally, I'm quite okay with that, knowing that Zi Char needs to be managed a delicate balance between savory and being salty. We ended our dinner with yam paste. While it is a common knowledge that yam paste is a guilt-ridden food, I particularly liked the lightness of the latest fantastic dessert. Due to the huge turnout among us and a small pot of yam paste, unfortunately, each of us only get rationed to 1 spoonful of the yam paste. Oh well, it is this little regret like this that makes the food memorable. I need to give credit to the waitress for our table for putting the diners' interest above the restaurant interest. They assist us not to over-order the food. They could have just put in a large portion of the food that we ordered, but the restaurant workers use their experience to advise us so as not to chalk up any wastages. This is where experience comes in. As a Michelin bib gourmet restaurant, it delivered largely to my expectation with a few surprises. My friends who came along with me commented that the dishes tend to gravitate towards the salty side. I agree to some extent. In Chinese cuisine, there is this tendency of equating saltiness to savory. But I would say Kok Sen managed it well somehow. Will I be back again?
好吃吗？好吃吗？还 OK 啦。好，还 OK。
没有访问我啊？
好，访问你咯，好吃吗？
哦，我要吃你。
The answer is a yes, but no urgency. Near my house, there are a couple of good Zi Char stores, so I don't have a pressing need to use Kok Sen to fix my urge for Zi Char. For the past few years, I've been hearing this famous Zi Char store up in the north of Woodlands at the industrial park. This Zi Char store goes by the name of Fulie Seafood. You see, this is not an easy place to get to by public transport. I literally have to climb the hill and cross the stream to come to this ulu place in the industrial park in Woodlands called Mega Woodlands. But when I reach this place, I'm so surprised by the turnout at the restaurant. There are so many people in this quiet district. I know this food must be good, even though before the food is being served. Sure enough, the food didn't disappoint me. The pork ribs has got the right taste and texture. While it is tender, it is not overly tenderized to the extent that it loses the meat texture. I find the salted bean gravy in the yumai chai lettuce a little bit salty, but it is still savory when you blend with rice. However, the weakest link seems to be the mini Buddha jump over the wall pot. Although it is competently prepared, I could not find any surprises to my taste bud in this dish, which is typically why we go to Zi Char for. Days later, I come to realize that Fulie has a branch nearby at my apartment. It is no wonder I find the food quite similar in taste. Now, I need not make the climb the hill and cross the stream whenever I need a Zi Char. Oh well. I am still at Woodlands Town, north of Singapore, experimenting new food as usual. My search for the elusive Zi Char now brought me to Zhong Thai Seafood. While this eatery is a walkable distance from Woodlands Central, it is not easy to hunt the elusive restaurant down. You see, this coffee shop where Zhong Thai Zi Char is located is situated below a multi-story car park. Such place is the least likely place you would find a eatery. Food is served. Aesthetically, the irregular shaped hei zhou or the Teochew crispy prawn roll might not look good from the outside. However, when I tasted, it is so surprisingly good. The brownie points or the icing on the cake, in this case, is the keropok on the hei zhou, which is freshly fried and warm. The sambal kangkong while not a perfect 10, still score very high in my ranking. As for the salted egg ribs, I couldn't find anything to nitpick in this dish here. The meat is great in taste, and so is the meat texture. For the smallest portion of food that we ordered, we are given quite a lot of meat. That's the bonus of Zhong Thai seafood Zi Char. Hock Eating House. It is very difficult to find an old school, unrenovated, good old coffee shop these days. I am now at an old estate in Jalan Bukit Merah at Hock Eating House Zi Char store.
给我一盘喜汁米粉。
是来拿包。
吃的。
I ordered a plate of 喜汁米粉, black bean sauce bee hoon, and I adjourned to the dining area. This area, I think, is the only area that is added to the coffee shop recently. The rest of the coffee shop look like how the place looked like since 1980s. Black bean fried bee hoon is quite a difficult food to find these days. Nowadays, youngsters do not quite appreciate black bean seasoning, and in my opinion, the taste is quite an acquired taste. I find this Zi Char place in the middle of an old neighborhood quite very old school in taste and in decoration in the midst of an old school coffee shop decoration. I'm now at Alexandra Village Food Center, where there is a great deal of local great food stores are situated. This is my last Zi Char expedition for this episode. I've now chosen Jing Pai Zi Char at Alexandra Village Food Center. I chose Jing Pai over KEK Seafood, which is another Michelin Zi Char just nearby, for the simple reason that KEK Zi Char is now too big and too established for me. Personally, I preferred something more down to earth, low key, but nice stores to have my meal in. Jing Pai Zi Char strike to me as one of the better, cheaper ones and fit the criteria above. Food is served. The fish head curry can rival and fight with the very famous Johor Bahru fish head curry in terms of taste. I love Jing Pai fish head curry very much. So next time, I do not have to go to Johor Bahru anymore to have my Johor Bahru fish head curry. As for the hei zhou, the irregular shape and awkward looking hei zhou are really homemade. It is pretty apparent that these are not machine made. The thoughts that it is not machine made already scored brownie point inside me. This hei zhou is so crispy and crunchy and delicious. As for the beans, I find the beans fried are so crispy and crunchy as well. Give me a blindfold test, I would never have guessed these are beans, and they are so delicious by the way. As for the price point itself, it is a notch down when compared to other Zi Char store. I find this place very value for money. It is certainly cheaper than the more established Zi Char store nearby that I originally wanted to go.